Hi, it's Susan, and this week we're going to build some towers with simple materials and also just paper strips. And I got the idea, or I was reminded that we've done this before, just when I was looking at the books in our collection. We have some cool things about towers and architecture and the history of buildings. So let's get started. Using very simple school supplies, I used paper strips. I have just plain thin normal weight, like you might get from a supply store. It's not even construction paper. Or if you can get something a little heavier called cardstock, 24-pound I think. Tape and scissors and a pencil and a ruler. So I had my 8.5 by 11 paper. I measured equal widths and cut my paper into strips. Made each of these 1.5 inches. And I drew lines and then I cut. If you have a small paper cutter at home, of course you can use that. And then I'm just going with the thinner paper, and the main thing is whatever length strip you have, you want to divide it equally into 3 parts. So 8.5 is not so easy to divide into 3 perfect lengths, but I just made it very close actually. It's very close to 2 3/4 inches. And then I tape it. And I want to make a whole bunch of these triangles, which I did already, as you can see. And then I can assemble this. I put my triangles point up, point down, point up, point down, point up, point down, one more point up. It's going to work better if my edges are very equal. And then to balance the weight, distribute the weight, I'm going to have a long flat strip. I'm going to put it like that. And then I'm going to make another layer of point up, point down. Whoops, it's going to be tricky. That tape was sticking out. Point up, point down, and point up. And again, I want a flat piece of paper to distribute the weight. And what's fun to see how strong your tower is to put something, they say use a cookie or a cracker. What I have, just my school supplies, is pencil sharpeners. So I'm going to put 2 of these on here. Of course I want to put them in equal spots. And these are in the middle of the long side of these triangles, which probably is a little weaker. And so there we go. I tried an eraser, but that was too heavy and the tower fell when I first tried it. Okay, now I'm going to go to 1 level up, 1 more level of point up, point down, point up. These edges are not quite as perfectly aligned, touching each other. I'm going to put my strip that's flat and see if I can still get 3 pencil sharpeners. Let's try 2. And I'm putting them in equal spots, and I'm putting them on the points of these triangles. That will make it stronger. And they're not as far apart from each other. So it seems like the optimal, the best, is when I can put it on top of the pointy parts. The same is true on the bottom level. The middle level, I couldn't do that with it and have them be evenly distributed along the strip. So this time I did it. A couple times I tried this and it did not hold. So let's see if I can do, this is going to be much more dangerous. You wouldn't really want to build a tower with 2 levels of the same, probably. I'm gonna try it. So when we did this a few years ago in a STEAM Saturday, even the adults had fun making this, cutting the paper strips and making the triangles. Let's see again, I'm gonna put it on the pointy parts. Oh, it's gonna fall. Okay, well I made it up to 3 levels and wanted to really work on it. I would add more to each level, 1, 2, 3, and then my 4th level might stand. So other things you can do to make towers are toothpicks and marshmallows, or straws and tape. Probably cut the straws in half. But again, this is all from the ideas of what we see when people build buildings. Things like the Eiffel Tower. Try some more construction and engineering activities later in the spring. So have fun.